Hello friends and welcome to YouTube channel on Engineering Mathematics by Dr. Navneet. Friends, in this video lecture we are going to learn the new concept which is called as maximum directional derivative. So before solving any example based on this concept, let me first revise you the theory part related to this maximum directional derivative. So we know that if phi is any scalar point function, then derivative of phi with respect to x, with respect to y and with respect to z are the directional derivative of phi in the direction of coordinate axis. Similarly, instead of phi, if f of xyz is the vector point function, then partial derivative of f with respect to x, partial derivative of f with respect to y, and partial derivative of f with respect to z are the directional derivative of vector point function f in the direction of coordinate axis. Now friends, our aim is to learn the concept of maximum directional derivative. Since the component of vector is maximum in its own direction, so the directional derivative is maximum in the direction of del phi, since del phi is the normal to the surface. So this is the concept which is important for finding the directional derivative. In a simple word, so to find out the maximum directional derivative means a directional derivative maximum in the direction of del phi. That means only find out the value of del phi. And next concept is that so the value of del phi is maximum in the direction of normal to the surface, then its magnitude is obtained by the formula this mod of del phi. Along with this friends, we also require the concept of unit vector. So unit vector of this del phi is del phi upon magnitude of del phi. Now friends, this is the theory part. In short, maximum directional derivative means directional derivative is maximum in the direction of del phi. Now based on this theory part, let's take the first example. So friends, here first example is find the maximum directional derivative of surface phi is given as 4x minus y plus 2z its square at the point 1, 2 and 1. So friends, this is the question. In question they asked about maximum directional derivative. So we know that directional derivative is maximum in the direction of del phi. So we can solve this example as we know that directional derivative is maximum in the direction of del phi. That means our aim is to find out the value of del phi, that means normal to the surface. So we know the definition of del phi. So del phi stands for a gradient of phi, and which is defined as I time partial derivative of phi with respect to x plus j time partial derivative of phi with respect to y plus k time partial derivative of phi with respect to z. So this is the definition of del phi. So which is equal to, now friends, find out the derivative of this phi with respect to x. So here square is there, so we can write this as 2 time, this is 4x minus y plus 2z, but this is other than x, so derivative of 4x minus y plus 2z with respect to x is 4. So this is the value of first derivative with respect to x, that means derivative of phi with respect to x. Similarly, find out the derivative of phi with respect to y. Again square is there, that's why we can write this as 2. Then this is 4x minus y plus 2z, but this is other than y, so derivative of this whole term with respect to y, which is minus 1 into j, plus again we can write the third term which is partial derivative of phi with respect to z. So this 2 as it is, then this is 4x minus y plus 2z, then again this is other than z, so take the derivative of this function with respect to z, which is 2, so into 2, so after that k. So in this way we get the value of partial derivative of phi with respect to x, y, z, and which is called as gradient of phi or del phi. So this is the value of del phi. Now our aim is to find out the value of this del phi at this point. So but before finding this del phi at this point, let's try to simplify this expression. So if we observe this expression carefully, then in this expression, this 2 into bracket 4x minus y plus 2z is the common term in all these three. So we can write this as 2, then this is 4x minus y plus 2z, then we get this as remaining part is 4i minus this is minus j, and this is plus 2k. So that is the value of del phi. For our simplicity purpose, we take this term as common. Now let's friends find out the value of del phi at the point 1, 2 and 1. That means in particular put x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2 and z is equal to 1. So we get this as 2, then this is 4 into 1 is 1 minus 2 plus 2 into 1 is 2. Then in bracket we get this as 4i minus j, so this is 4i, then minus j plus 2k. So we get this as this 2 to get cancelled, 4 to the 8, then this is 4i minus j plus 2k. So this is the value of del phi, which is called as a maximum directional derivative of the given value of phi. So this is the first question related to the maximum directional derivative. Now let's take the second question. Now friends, second example is in what direction from the point, this point is 2, 1, minus 1 is the directional derivative. This dt stands for directional derivative of phi, which is defined as x square y z cube maximum. That means find out the maximum directional derivative at the point 2, 1 and minus 1. Also find out its magnitude. So next part is what is its magnitude. So we know that directional derivative is maximum. Directional derivative is maximum in the direction of del phi. That means our aim is to find out the value of del phi. So now friends, we know the definition of del phi, which is defined as partial derivative of phi with respect to x plus z time partial derivative of phi with respect to y plus k time partial derivative of phi with respect to z. So that means we have to find out the partial derivative of phi with respect to x, y and z. So this is the value of phi. So value of phi is given as x square y z cube. Now friends, find out the derivative of phi with respect to x. So here y and z is constant, so we can write this as 2x, because derivative of x square is 2x. This y and z is constant into I. Again, find out the derivative of this term with respect to y. X and z is constant, so this x square and z cube as it is, derivative of y with respect to y is 1 into z, plus again find out the derivative of this term with respect to z. X and y is constant, derivative of z cube is 3z square. We can write this as 3 x square y z square into k. So in this way we can easily find the value of del phi, which is the maximum directional derivative. But our aim is to find out the maximum directional derivative at the point 2, 1 and minus 1. So value of this del phi at the point 2, this is 1, 2, 1 and minus 1. So we can write this x is equal to 2. So this is 2 into 2, then into 1 into minus 1 I plus this is x square, that means 2 square, which is 4 into minus 1 j plus this is 3 into x square. Value of x square is 2, 2 square is 4 into y is 1 and z square means minus 1, its square is 1. So we can write this as 1 into k. So that we can easily write this as 2 to the 4, and because of this minus, so this is minus 4i. Then again this is 4 into minus 1 minus 4j. Then this is 1, 1, 4, 3. 4 3s are 12 plus 12k. So this is the value of maximum directional derivative. Now next question is that what is its magnitude? We know that if del phi denote the maximum directional derivative, then its magnitude is defined as a modulus of del phi. So therefore value of del phi is equal to. So friends, we know that if we denote the vector r as xi plus yj plus zk, then magnitude of vector r is defined as root of x square plus y square plus z square. So this is the formula for finding the magnitude. So similarly, we can write this magnitude as, so this is the value of x, this is the value of y, and this is the value of z. So 4 square, x square means 4 square, this is 16 plus again this is 4 square, which is 16 plus 12 square, so square of 12 is 144. So if we simplify this, then we get this as 6 then 4 1 5 6 7, and this is 1. So this is the value of magnitude of this maximum directional derivative. So this is the second example. Now let's take the third example. Friends, here the third example is find the value of constant ABC if the directional derivative of phi, which is defined as axy square plus byz plus cz square x cube at the point 1 to minus 1 has maximum magnitude 64 in the direction parallel to z axis. So this is the question. That means we have to find out the value of constant when the directional derivative has maximum magnitude 64 in the direction of line parallel to z axis. So now friends, we know that directional derivative is maximum in the direction of del of phi. So this concept is known to us. Secondly, we know that directional, here in this question it is given that directional derivative is maximum in the direction. So this is given that directional derivative is maximum in the direction parallel to z axis. So these two things are given. So this is the known thing to us, and this is the thing which is given in the given example. That means directional derivative is maximum in the direction of del phi, and in the given example it is mentioned that directional derivative is maximum in the direction of parallel to the z axis. So this indicates that direction of del phi and z axis, so direction of del phi and z axis must be same. So these two directions must be same. So therefore their unit vector must be equal. So their direction is same, that indicate that their unit vector must be same. So unit vector along the direction of del phi is denoted by del phi. So here the unit vector is given, which is del phi upon this is modulus of del phi, which is equal to the value of unit vector which is in the direction of z axis, which is given by k. So we can write this as del phi is equal to magnitude of del phi into k. But we know the value of this magnitude of del phi. So it is given that so this directional derivative of phi has maximum magnitude 64. So therefore the value of del phi is equal to 64. Therefore we can write the value of del phi is equal to 64k, which is same as del phi equal to 0i plus 0j plus 64k. Now friends, here our aim is to find out the value of constant ABC. This is the given condition. So now for this, first find out the value of del phi, that means find out the gradient of phi, and after comparing these two left and right side, we get the value of constant A, B and C. So if we try to find the value of del phi, then the value of del phi is I time partial derivative of phi with respect to x plus j time partial derivative of phi with respect to y plus k time partial derivative of phi with respect to z. Now friends, let's find out the partial derivative of this term. We get this as so we can write this as partial derivative of phi with respect to x. So take the derivative of this phi with respect to x, where y and z is constant. So we can write this as a y square plus this is 3c z square x square I plus again take the partial derivative of this function with respect to y. So we get this as 2axy plus bz into j plus again take the partial derivative of this term with respect to z. We get this as by plus 2cz into x cube k. Now friends, our next target is to find out the value of del phi at the point 1 to minus 1. We get this as 1 to minus 1, so that we get this as, put this value, so we get this as a into y, value of y is 2, 2 square is 4, so we can write this as 4a. Then here x is 1, z is minus 1, but x square is again 1, so we get this as plus 3c into I. So 3c into this is I plus next term is, this is 2a, x is 1, y is 2, so 2 2s are 4, we get this as 4a. So this is 4a, then this value of z is minus, so we get this as minus b into j, so this is the coefficient j. Then put x, y, z for the last term, so we get this as b is y is equal to 2, so we get this as 2b. Then x is 1, z is minus 1, so this is minus 2c into k. So but friends, this is the value of del phi. So according to this equation number 1, we know that del phi is equal to 0i plus 0z plus 64k. So put the value of this del phi. So therefore from equation 1 we get this as 4a plus 3c into I plus 4a minus b into j plus 2b minus 2c into k is equal to, so this right hand side, so which is 0i plus 0j plus 64k. Now friends, our aim is to find out the value of constant ABC, that means compare the left and right side, so we get this equation as, so let's try to solve this equation after comparing left and right side. So if we compare the I term coefficient, then we get this as 4a plus 3c is equal to 0. Second equation is 4a minus b is equal to, this is again 0, and third equation is 2b minus 2c. So this is 2b minus 2c is equal to, this is 64. Now friends, solve these three equations simultaneously and find the value of constant a, b and c. So here in the first and second equation 4a is there. So if we try to solve this, then we get this as 4a plus 3c is equal to 0. This is 4a minus b is equal to 0. So if we change the sign of this equation, so then this 4 will get cancelled. This minus become plus. So this is 3c plus b is equal to 0. Here we eliminate the one constant a. Now we get two constants c and b. So if we try to take this equation with this equation, then we get this as 2b minus 2c is equal to 64. Then here b and c coefficient is there. So but to cancel one coefficient, suppose here b is there, then this is 2b. So if we multiply by 2, then we get this as 2b. So if we multiply by 2 and reverse the term, then we get this as 2b, then plus this is 6, 3 to the 6, c is equal to, this side is 0. So if we once again try to simplify this after changing the sign, then this b term will get cancelled and we get this as minus 6 and 2, this is 8c is equal to 64. That means c is equal to, we get this as minus 8. So this is the value of c. Now put the value of c in any one of this equation. So we get this as, this is 2b minus 2c is equal to 64. So put c in this equation, or second alternative is that, so simple equation is 4a plus 3c is equal to 0. So this is simple than this equation. So put the value of c here, which is minus 8. So 4a minus 24 is equal to 0. So that means this is 4a is equal to 24. So a is equal to 6. So a is equal to 6. We get the value of a is equal to 6. C is equal to 8. Now let's find out the value of b. So here this equation is 4a minus b is equal to 0. So a is 6 minus b is equal to 0. 24 is equal to b. So in this way we get the value of constant ABC. So value of a is 6. B is 24 and C is minus 8. So this is the third example. Now friends, let's take the last example of this video lecture, fourth one. So now fourth and last example of this video lecture is if the directional derivative of phi, which is defined as axy plus byz plus czx at the point 1, 1, 1 has maximum magnitude 4 in a direction parallel to x-axis, find the value of constant a, b and c. So now friends, for solving such type of maximum directional derivative problem, so first we know that so directional derivative is maximum in the direction of del phi. Also in the given example, so directional derivative is maximum in the direction parallel to x-axis. So because of this two statement, so it is possible that, or this implies that directional derivative of del phi and the x-axis must be same. So if these two directions of these two terms are same, so this indicate that so their unit vector must be equal. So that means we know that unit vector of del phi is del phi upon magnitude of del phi. So this unit vector must be same as that of the unit vector of x-axis, which is denoted by I. So therefore we can write del phi is equal to, after taking this denominator term to the right side, we get this as magnitude of del phi into I. So we know the value of del phi. Since the value of del phi, so maximum directional derivative, so maximum magnitude is 4. That means the value of magnitude of del phi is 4. So we put this value as 4. So we get this as 4i. So which is same as 4i plus 0z plus 0k. Now friends, our aim is to find out the value of constant ABC. That means show that del phi is find the value of del phi and compare these two terms. So after comparing these two terms, we get the value of constant A, B and C. So first, next aim is to find out the value of del phi. So we know that del phi denotes the gradient, which is defined as I time partial derivative of phi with respect to x plus j time partial derivative of phi with respect to y plus k time partial derivative of phi with respect to z. So now friends, let's find out the partial derivative of phi with respect to x, y and z. So this is the value of phi. Take its derivative with respect to x. So first term is ay, then plus this is cz into I, plus again take the partial derivative of this term with respect to y. So we get this as ax plus this is bz into j, plus take the partial derivative of this term with respect to z. So this is z is absent here. So this term is by plus this is cx into k. So this is the value of del phi. Now next is that find out the value of del phi at the point 1, 1 and 1. So we can write this value as del phi at 1, 1 and 1, which is equal to, that means put x, y and z as 1. So we get this as a plus c into I, plus this is a plus b into j plus this is b plus c into k. So this is the value of del phi. So but from this equation, let's call this as equation number 1. So del phi is equal to this term. So let's compare these two terms. So put the value of del phi, which is a plus c into I plus a plus b into j plus this is b plus c into k is equal to. So let's put the value of right hand side, which is 4i plus 0j plus 0k. So now friends, compare the unit vector along x-axis, y-axis and k-axis, its coefficient, so that we get the next value for constant a, b and c. So from first, if we compare the coefficient of vector along x-axis, then we get this as a plus c is equal to, so this is a plus c is equal to, this value is 4. The next is a plus b is equal to 0. Then this is b plus c is equal to also 0. So let's try to solve this equation so that we get the value of constant a, b and c. So if we compare this first and last equation, c is available here. So we can write this as a plus c is equal to 4. So a plus c is equal to 4 and this is b plus c is equal to 0. If we change the sign, then we get this as a minus b is equal to 4. Now friends, this is the equation having term a plus b is equal to 0. So now here this is a minus b is equal to 4. So if we simplify this, then we get this as 2a is equal to 4. So we can easily calculate the value of a as 2. So after taking this 2 to the right side, so value of a is 2. Now from this equation, we know that a plus c is equal to 4. So put a is equal to 2. So 2 plus c is equal to 4. So that we get the value of c. That means 4 minus 2. So value of c is also 2. Now our last value is b. Let's try to find the value of b. So equation is a plus b is equal to 0. So value of a is 2. So this is 2 plus b is equal to 0. So this indicates that b is equal to minus 2. So in this way, we can easily find out the value of constant ABC for the maximum directional derivative. So friends, here we solve 4 important examples which are related to the maximum directional derivative. Now let's take some examples for your practice purpose. Now friends, time is to test your knowledge. That means solve some examples for your practice purpose. First example is find the maximum directional derivative of, so first example is ay in bracket, xy in bracket x minus y plus 2z at the point 1, 1 and 0. So if we try to find the maximum directional derivative of this term, then its answer is root of 6. Then the second question is value of this phi is x in bracket x minus y plus y in bracket y plus z at the point 1, 2 and 1. So if we try to find the maximum directional derivative, then its answer is 2 root of 5. Then second question is in what direction from the point 1, 2, 3 is the directional derivative of phi, which is defined as 2xy minus y square, a maximum, and what is its magnitude. So this is the maximum directional derivative and its magnitude is a root of 20. So friends, here only 3 examples are provided to you for your practice purpose. So I hope all of you people like this lecture. So thanks to one and all. Thank you.